Hey, welcome to Gilbert, Arizona. This is my shop. It's my garage, obviously. Obviously, I'm a Shopsmith guy, and the reason I'm here today is I'm going to give you a quick tour, but then I want to show you how I make pin blanks. And using in the lathe position, but of course it's a horizontal boring machine, it's a saw, it does all kinds of things, a drill press. But anyway, I'm not here to sell a Shopsmith. I like mine. I've had it since probably 1985. I bought it used and have built it up from a Mark V to a 510 to a 520 and then gone to the Power Pro, which I really like. Anyway, I'm going to give you a quick tour and then I'm going to show you how I make the blanks and how I do it. And from what? Obviously. Okay, we can start here. You can see I've got a Shopsmith dust collector, a Laguna 14-inch bandsaw, which I need. I've got the 15-inch planer, chop saw, and we're going to start over here. This was a kitchen cabinet top with Formica, which I turned into a router table. Now, Rockler has this cheesy miter fence, and what I did was I installed a track on it because it didn't have one on top, and the Rockler stop doesn't work on it. So my main point here is to show you some of the wood I have. I don't know if you can see it, but this is bird's eye maple that I got in Canada back in 1990 from Goodfellows out of Montreal. All of this used scrap pieces of walnut. Some of them are 4 feet long. There are different shapes and sizes. Some of them are bowed, bent, and unusable, but many of them are very usable. And what I've been doing with them is making jewelry boxes like this one here. I'm making them for my daughters and granddaughters. But the main reason I brought you over here was not to show you my wood, but to show you that a lot of times you get a piece of wood that's really nice, but it's so short it's not very usable. So let's walk around here. And like I said, I've been making jewelry boxes. I've got 9 of them made. I got 3 more to go. With my Shopsmith bandsaw and a lot of accessories for the saw, including the jigsaw. But what happens is I'll come around here, and what I'm going to do is set up the bandsaw, and I'm going to cut this 3/4 inch and 3/4 inch strips like these right here. And that starts my process. Okay, so I've got that board. I'm going to set it up. I want it to be square as possible. So I bring this over just almost to the blade and tighten it. Okay, so now I can run it through. So we'll turn on the dust collector. Okay, so we've got these that are now 3/4 by 3/4. Now we have a knot here, so we know we're not going to use that. This kind of turns into, we'll get a piece out of this one too later. But right now, what we want to do is we want to set this up so we can make blanks. And the blanks are 2 3/16 of an inch. And if you're a little bit fat, doesn't matter, but you don't want to be too short. So there's 2 3/16 pretty much. Taking account the thickness of the blade, which is not very much. Tighten it down, measure it again. And we're just really right a little bit heavy, but that's okay. Like I say, it's better to be too long than too short. So now that I've got that set, I can put the miter in and set this up. Turn on. So now we've got the blanks for 2 sets because we knew we had the knot here, so we knew this is going to be scrap. So we put it in a special bag, and those will probably go into an epoxy bowl later on. So now, let's move over to the Shopsmith. Okay, so now we've got this turned on. We want to go to the speed, so we go confirm. I don't want the bandsaw. What I want is drilling, confirm. Up to a 1/4 inch diameter, confirm. Hardwood, confirm. Twist bit, confirm. Now we're ready to run. If I hit on, it says speed 1700, and off it goes. Hit off. I'm ready to go again. I hit, and I'm ready to go. So let's see what we can do. I've got a Nova G3 chuck, and then I've got the pin plus jaw for this process. And of course then I've got a drill truck with the number 2 inserted in the tailstock of this. So let's see what we can do here. It's important that you keep these in pairs, so the first 2 I cut off will be the first 2 I'm going to do. So I'm going to install it in the chuck, because it's 3/4, that's bigger than what I was using last night. I got down to 1/2 inch, this thing does such a good job. So open it up a little bit more here, put this in. I have the drill, thing about the Shopsmith is I can set how far I want the drill bit to go. I have done that. Okay. Now we're going to start it up. And what I do is I bring it up, just let it kiss. I want that drill bit to find center so it doesn't wobble at all. Go through. I've seen a lot of different processes on how to do this, using drill presses, blocks, all kinds of stuff to hold it, special holders, blah 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 blah. None of them do the job as well as this. I think you can see it. It's just about as dead center as it can get. Put in its mate. Try not to get my fingers caught in it. Again, hit on and confirm. Let it go. up and just barely touch it. If that drill bit doesn't wobble or anything, you get a nice through. What I didn't show you all though is how you set this thing up to make sure the center of this is perfectly centered on the other end here, which is of course critical. So anyway, dead center and dead center. And I was doing 1/2 inch last night. I can actually show you one, so let's change the setup on the camera and I'll show you what I was doing last night on some 1/2 inch material. Okay, so I showed you these. So this is a pair of walnuts now, which we'll keep off to one side by itself where it's safe. And this is the 1/2 inch stuff that I did last night. And again, it does such a great job. So there's enough videos on showing you how to put the tubes in them and all the other stuff that needs to be done. So I'm not going to go into that. Excuse me. A lot of sawdust around here. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it's, again, I'm not trying to sell Shopsmith. I'm not sponsored by anybody. It's just a really neat way, and if you're really into the business, for example, I've set up my granddaughter, things being how they are today, trying to find work and get paid and not have to travel a lot with the price of gas. She's decided to take her hobbies of crafts making, which she's incredibly talented. I gave her a Harbor Freight mini press, or a lathe, about $300 worth of kits to build from Rockler, and some tools, a press so she put the pins together, but she doesn't have the means to make the blanks. So I've been busy. I've been making blanks for her, and that'll keep her busy for a while. I'll make a bunch more for her, keep her in business for as long as, we'll see how it works out for her, see how well she does. I'm sure she can get the job done. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope this was useful, and if you're really into making pins, and this again is one of the hardest parts for me, is trying to get the hole, the 7mm hole in. And oh, by the way, I should show you the bit I'm using is the Fish 7mm. It's like a 7-inch long twisted drill, and it just, as you can see, it does an incredible job. And the thing I like about it the most is it has that starter point on it instead of just a regular V. It's got a little starter point on it, and if you just let that settle in gently on the wood, it'll perfectly center that drill, and you won't get any chatter, which is going to enlarge the hole, which is what you never want. You have very little wood on these tubes as it is when you're done, especially in the slimline pins. So anyway, thanks for watching. It's the end of March 2022. Stay well, stay safe, avoid router bits.